Well, thank you, Adja, for inviting me here. I'm really interested to hear a little bit more about your organisation, FDRP, so I'm not sure if you could kind of explain a little bit about what you do.
FRDP is Fast Rural Development Program. Fast Rural Development Program is the full word, and it's a short form is FRDP. It was registered in 2007 under the Societies Act in Pakistan. And we have been working with many national and international organizations in Sindh province in 11 districts. But right now we have 3 offices in Sindh province of Pakistan. Main office is in Hyderabad, and in other office in Jacobabad, and in another one in the Tharparkar. So that's a little bit about the FRDP.
And what sort of interventions have you been doing?
We have been working on the water and sanitation, wash, and education, and the emergency response, preparedness and response, and the DRR, disaster-based disaster risk reduction, and many other programs like nutrition as well. So these are the main programs, especially specifically in the area of the development.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And I understand you've also been involved in Shifting the Power project.
Yeah, basically FRDP was selected by the Oxfam. It was started a process when the Shifting Power project with the Oxfam. The Oxfam was the main donor who selected and shortlisted FRDP and forwarded that to the Tearfund, because Tearfund leading the Shifting Power project in Pakistan. So FRDP was the part of that, and initial days FRDP started with the self-assessment tool. So we all team members, board of directors together, and analyzed our gaps, where we are working, what are the gaps, and how we can just minimize those gaps and identify those gaps. So initially, and then those all were shared with the Tearfund team and the Shifting Power team.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And so what have been the major changes that you've been observing during this project?
Actually, we have been part of the different donors. We got support initially before this project from the Oxfam as well, but that was initially level on the organization policy development and some other things. But with this project, we have been developed policy and procedures, and another thing is that we developed our financial software, and we trained our staff. So many things developed through this project, and I think if I say that it was the first organization who supported like a Tearfund and Shifting Power supported a lot of the organization's system development, capacity development of staff, and especially contingency planning and strategy development of the organization, and many things which developed through this organization. Yeah.
What would you say has been the biggest impact for your organization, and maybe what you've seen across other organizations through the project?
I think if I talk about the project impact, it will be the major impact is that we been partnered with many organizations after this project. That is the major impact on the organization funding strategy, because I have just want to share one story, which was before when we were not part of the Shifting Power project. Our time for the response was very high, like 10 days to 15 days. We were struggling with the collecting information, and then other options we were collecting everything, and then we able to just respond the emergency. But after this Shifting Power project helped everything, almost we were systems updated. The second thing is that we got one software which is collecting the data through the Android system, and that data collection has been done and can be done in within 1 day, and we can share the report with the donors easily. So the story is that at this time we responded to emergencies after this Shifting Power project, that is the fire incidents in Tharparkar, Sindh, Pakistan. and those incidents were responded by the FRDP within 3 days time. Why it is in 3 days time? Because of 2-3 systems. Number one is that, if I say that major thing that we collected the information on that time. Number two is that we have already identified the donors who can support and vote. Like donor mapping, we got the donor mapping. Number third is that we reported that incident on the time, and we got the funds in the time. And the fourth and last one is that we were already prepared, like we got the vendors list, vendors pre-qualified. So once we got the funds from the donor, and we went directly to the donor vendors and asked them to prepare this package, and we responded within the time. So that is the efficiency and the impact of this project. I think there are many other things which may be not captured by the other partners, but I think this is a really wonderful impact on the organizational development for the organizations. There are many systems developed, many things.
Well, it sounds like there has been a lot of impact and a lot of benefits.
Yeah.
How about thinking around coordination? Have you seen kind of improvement around coordination?
Yes, when we talk about the coordination, we have been not part of many networks before this. The major thing is that after this project, we've been linked with many national and international networks. Like we've been, after this project, we linked with NHN, National Humanitarian Network, DRR National Chapter, and Sun CSA, and HRDN. There are many memberships after this network. And then a good thing is that we established a DRR forum at our Sindh province level, a provincial chapter, where more than 58 organizations, local, international, academia, media, is the part of that network. And FRDP is leading this whole network, and a lot of the capacity in network. And if I say the coordination, government also part of this network as well, and some corporate companies also part of this network, and they coming and listening everything, and they also helping the people. And I want to mention here that our members all over the Sindh and the different corners, and if anything happens, they respond their emergency, they share the reports within seconds at the group. And there is access to the government, academia, media, whatever, and that thing is highlighted within 1 day time.
Brilliant. So it sounds like coordination has really improved.
Yeah,
it's fantastic that you're able to even lead that group.
Yeah, we lead the group. We are also coordinated with PDMA. And after this project, I forget earlier that we have been also enlisted organization of the PDMA, because PDMA just got 3 or 4 international organizations, maybe 1 or 2 national organizations, but FRDP is the one organization who is also the local organizer, who is also the enlisted by the PDMA, Provincial Disaster Management Authority.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. So there's been a lot of change and a lot of impact, it sounds like.
Yeah.
How do you think this can be sustained post the project finishing?
You know, one thing I want to mention here, that organization initially needs a lot of support from the donors, because we organizations are the local level organizations. Initially, we were struggling for the funds, so we got that funds as well, and now the time is to drive. So now we are ready, our systems are prepared, our team is ready, trained, vendors shortlisted, donors mapping is done, 5 years strategy is done. So where we will move our 5 years advocacy strategy, our organizational strategy are ready. So we have a roadmap now, and I think it's a very much sustainable, and when we can move forward as well, it's no any problem in it. But yes, I will definitely say, because this project was very short of time, but in the short of time we got many outcomes from this project, especially in the development. But yes, still it need to be tested. If there is any further kind of support from the donors, I think there is still need to work on it, especially where we have started recently on the academia and the students of the university. It should be, if supported, that it should be more expanded in the other universities and can be helped with the students as well.
So what would you recommend as the next steps from that?
If I talk about the next steps, I will say that yes, donors should support, because it's not a 1 year or 2 years work. It should be more work. It should be like 5 years or 6 years or 10 years kind of project that should be supported to the institutions, especially the government institutions. Like this, there is also need of the advocacy with the university academias. They can also include this DRR subject in their universities. And the other thing, if we talk about the trainings and other things with the students, they can be trained through this process as well. So there are many things that should be developed with this, but this is not I must say, this is not end of word. It should be increased. It should be included many things.
Great. Well, it sounds like you've done a good job and you've got a lot planned for. So best of luck for that.
Yeah.
And, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.